Hello everyone and welcome back to It's Personal. I am Mona and this is Color Along Part 4. So on the last episode we did the trim on the red little house on our barn farm house over here, all the little trimming on the sides. And today I'm going to focus, in this video I'm going to focus on the roofing for this little red house of ours. So I pre-prepped some color pencils. I sat down, I thought about it for a second. It just literally took a second, didn't take that long because I don't faff around that much. So I picked 4 pencils I'm going to use if my color chart wants to stay. I'm using the Kalour color pencil set. I don't think I mentioned that in the previous video. The Kalour 300 color set, and this is the chart for all those pretty colors. Okay, so I chose, brace yourselves guys, I went like with the previous video, I picked the bold color for an undertone. It's not going to be an undertone, it's more going to be like a... Okay, I'm just going to show you. Okay, so I picked these 4 colors. I've got a 274. It says army green. I used this army green I had for the barn as well. I just pulled it out of the little magical stereo stampy cup that's keeping all the pencils we've used company. So we've got the army green 274 over here. Then we have, let me see, I chose the ochre again for the same ochre I used on the trim. That is this one. It's 183 over there. Then I've got a dark coffee color. It is 174. Let me see where that one is. 174 over there. And then I went all the way up here to the 193. It says orange sienna. I didn't want to. I'm trying to save on the 293 over here because I can show you guys quickly. I have abused that poor little pencil a little bit, so we're trying to save it. We're trying to use some of the other colors as well because the set has got enough colors for me to use. I don't have to abuse that poor little pencil until it's no more. Okay, so that is that for the color selection for today. Now the question is, how do I approach this roof? Like with the previous video, I'm going to try and keep this to around about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. I don't want to keep you guys here too long because I know life needs to life and we don't all have time to color for too long, or we don't have enough hours in the day. We just want to do our hobbies for a little bit at a time sometimes. And yeah, this is what this is, a real time color along so you guys can see how much you can get down in plus minus 30 minutes. All right, so I think the green is going to represent like the moss that would grow on an older property roof, for example. And this might be, the orange sienna might be more for a light, just like where the light would reflect. Ooh, my English is done for today. Would reflect on a surface. The dark coffee maybe for the shadows, and maybe like the orange, the ochre for like the overall like tile shade. So I think I'm going to start with the ochre, and yeah, let's see where this goes. I'm going to do my best to explain as much as I can as I go and what I'm thinking. I'm just going to give some of these pencils just a little bit of sharpen. I need to remember to turn the sharpener, not my pencil. It feels like amateur hour when I have to explain this to myself. Ooh, but it's a good reminder. I don't usually, because our sharpener I'm using is a handheld sharpener. It says Kum, made in Germany. So apparently German sharpeners are pretty good. I have not had problems with this one. I usually use I've got a Fabriano Cardstock one that's got like 3 different holes in it. I usually use that one, but I didn't want to use that one tonight because I kind of want to keep the little shavings because I've got a big bottle I put them in. So I'm going to chuck them in the bottle. I'll show you guys that one day when it's full. Okay, so let's get going. I think I'm going to start at the top. Let's start at the top and see what happens. I think I'm going to just fill in, pencil breaking a bit, fill in very lightly most of the blocks, most of the little tile squares. I'm not going to put it all the way to the edges because I think I might go in with that orange sienna. Oh, I can't say it tonight. Orange sienna color to do like the top edges of the tiles. So I'm going to put this ochre color in the middle. They say, I'm telling you guys what the pencils say. This is probably pretty accurate to an ochre, but some of the pencils in the set are, they say it's something, well, it's not, it's definitely not that color. It might be a tone of it, but it's definitely not necessarily that specific color. Hope you guys are still enjoying the color along series. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm gonna try a couple of these maybe. I might do a paint along or something as well, because paintings take some time as well. We don't always have time for paintings hours and hours on end, unless you do it for like, if you are not working, then you do have time. You might have time for stuff like that. But yeah, for most of us that have full-time jobs, it's not possible to do that all day. That's why I kind of enjoy like once a month, a couple of ladies, I think I've spoken about the group before, we get together and then we just like paint and stuff for like 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon. And that is so nice, because you say, okay, fine, you've got 3 hours. You only have the 3 hours, and you need to fit whatever you want to do into that 3 hours. Okay, I'm going to do all of this, but at the bottom as well. So you don't there's not enough time for you to overthink it. So whatever you pack for the day or for those 3 hours, that is what you have to work with. And on 2 occasions now, I packed a project stuff in mind. The first time was I packed a liner and some watercolor, and I did a couple of studies, 2 studies. No, I did 1 study at the gathering, and then I came home that evening and I did another study, because it was the next day. I think it was the next day. I put those photos up on the Facebook page. You guys can go follow that. The links will be at the end of the video. You will see the handles for the Facebook and the Instagram page. But you guys can scroll back. You'll see it's like a little wooden house. No, the one is a wooden house on a lake. It's got like green, yellowish vibes, and the other one is like this blue. It's this blue building vibes. It looks like Caribbean or some kind of island scene with this beautiful like house with like cracks in the walls and stuff like that. I just love that image so much. So I put the inspiration images. At the time, I didn't think I was going to post them, so I didn't make notes of the references. I know where I got them, like on which platform, but I didn't take notes of the references. But I added the images in, so people don't go, oh, but you stole images. That was not the point of it. I was like, I wanted to share what the inspiration was behind it, and the beautiful photos that were taken by that specific artist or photographer. And it was definitely one of those things I had to learn again. You know, if you're going to use inspiration photos like that, make a physical, not a mental note of it even, make a physical note of where you got it from, because like for example, at that stage I didn't know, but then afterwards I was, man, I should have, if I did, I could have given that creator some proper recognition for their beautiful photos. And it was beautiful photos, because it inspired my brain to redraw them and study and do a little bit of building studies. Building studies or building study? I don't even know. I kind of enjoy buildings and like the structure and symmetry and all those things. But those specific studies I did with I didn't go in with, sometimes you go in like this, like, ooh, knocking my paint picture around. This, for example, it's structured. The lines are like straight and the image looks good. It's like you wouldn't buy a house that the walls stand like this. That's kind of what this should represent. It's like the symmetry is there, everything is straight and the lines are good. But those studies I did wasn't meant for me to use a ruler. I went in with a brush pen, and some of the lines are extremely crooked and they are not perfect, but I enjoyed experimenting and just letting go and not overthinking, ooh, that line is not straight. And What I couldn't get perfectly right with the pen, I actually got to, let's say, fix it with the watercolors I put in afterwards, and it just came together so nicely. But yeah, that took a couple of hours, and even the one I did the day after also took a while, so that was actually pretty nice. I think I might do one of those in the future as a video, but I'll do it as a time lapse. And I'll do a voiceover for that to show you guys. I like that. It sounds like a good idea. There's so many things I want to do on this channel, and I don't know how it's gonna go down with the YouTubes and the algorithms and stuff. But I think that's part of like personalities and who people are. It's like, for me, I like different things and trying different things, and if I can do it, I'm like even happier about it. I feel this roof is coming along. It's taking a minute, but it's getting there. Yeah. Some people enjoy one medium and one type of artwork, but I like to jump around a bit and try different things. And, it's one of those things that I like stretching my skill set. And I don't like being told, but this is a personality thing again. I don't like the box per se. I don't like being told, you are specifically this, or you can only do this. I don't like it. Our brains, as people, we weren't created to be just one thing. We have the capacity to be creative in many things, or be capable in multiple things. You can be good at accounting, but you can also be good at art. You can let's say, what else can I think of that's a good example? There's a lot of them. It's like you can get doctors that are extremely good at art as well, or you can be a good mechanic, but you can also be an amazing singer. It's like, we shouldn't put ourselves in boxes and say we are just this or this, just that. Like, even when in your workplaces, you are not just a cashier, or you're not just a bartender. You are more than what you think you are right now. Ooh, look at me getting all philosophical. What is the word? Guys, it is 7:30 on a Tuesday night. I'm recording this part after part number 3. So I'm getting pretty tired. It's been a pretty long day. But the point I'm trying to make is you can do anything you put your mind to. It's just, I spoke to someone today about it. It's the will over the situation. Are you going to allow your situation to rule your life, or are you going to make the decision? It's like my motto for this year: turning challenges into motivation. After 2024 was a really tough year for me on multiple of levels. This year I decided to go into it with the mindset, and it took a while. Believe me, it took a while, because some of 2024 still carried into this year. But when I finally reached that point where I could say, I can turn my challenges into motivation, that made a world of difference on my perspective of my everyday life. And I made it a little bit of a choice to start chasing a dream. I dream again about the things that bring me joy, and even telling myself that I am more than just where I'm at right now, where I'm working, or what my situation is. And I hope that motivates someone else out there today. I don't know who's going to watch this video, who's going to sit here for, 15-30 minutes and hear me babble on about life and situations. This was that movie. But yeah, I hope it motivates someone just a little bit to remember they are more than just their situation, and you can do whatever you want. Not whatever you want, but you know, if you've got a dream in your heart and you are willing, and that's the big part of it, you need to be willing to go after it. Because this is another lesson I had to learn, is no one is going to chase that dream for you. Yes, you will have people that support you, and maybe you won't, but you need to make the effort in chasing your dreams. You need to make the effort in whatever you decide to do, whether you want to increase a skill set, or you want to take care of your mental health, or you want to take care of your physical health better. All those things are dependent on the choices you end up making. No one is going to run the race, preferably the race for you at the end of the day. You need to do all those things by yourself. Hey, what do you guys think? I think it's looking pretty cool so far. I just don't want to go overboard with this dark coffee color, because it might overwhelm a little bit if I go too much. I just need to. I'm trying not to do it too like uniformly or patternly, if I can put it like that, because then, oh, I missed some roofing over here, people. Talking and focusing all at once. I like this color. This is an orange sienna. It's actually a pretty nice color. It's really nice. I want to get that green in here. I want to get moss on my roof. Just a little bit. Hope this video didn't get too deep for some of you. So I want to tell you guys why I tend to do that is I studied psychology, not a full degree in psychology, but I did health and social sciences, and my major was psychology. So I've got a degree in counseling, but if I want to chase that dream, I need to still do honors and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I tend to sometimes get a little bit, you know, helping is kind of helping people, and kind of giving advice is something that I struggled not to do. And now I'm doing it for you, to you guys, like over a video, which is kind of weird. But it's like a reminder to myself as well, when I need to push the boundaries. And like for this week, I'm telling myself, okay, I want to record 3 videos, and over the weekend I want to finish editing at least the first one, and get that out to you guys by next week, hopefully, if life doesn't life in between. But yeah, that is the goal I set for this week, and if I don't chase it, no one else is going to do it. I'm the only one that can put in the effort to make it happen. Yes, I can pay people, I can find someone to edit the video and get it out, do all of this faster. But you need the resources to do that. And at the current state of time and where I'm at, and trying to get this channel started and off the ground and all those things, it's just more practical for me to be doing it myself and more cost efficient. And I actually it's one of those things again. I like learning it. I like learning how to edit. I enjoy figuring out why my PC doesn't want to work, or why the audio doesn't want to sync, or how to make it better, which I'm going to try and do in the future. I'm just at that point where I want to get into the habit of recording and basic editing. And you know, it's like driving, for example. When you start driving, it is so difficult. Everything is a hassle. Everything is it's a adjustment. You need to keep reminding yourself to check your blind spots, and you need to remind yourself, put the handbrake down when you pull away from a hill, like onto a hill, or when you're going uphill, you need to put down the handbrake or your car's not going to go. All those small little things, and you need to remind yourself of it. And it's the same when you learn any new skill. there's that curve in the beginning where it's extremely difficult and you struggle and you battle with it. And once you actually, you spend some time like practicing it and doing it over and over and over again, you get to a point where you're like, okay, now I can kind of do this automatically. And it's not that much, and there's not so much resistance. That's the word I'm looking for. There's not as much resistance in the process. And then you get to that point where you're like, okay, fine, now how do I challenge myself even more? What do I do next? And yeah, when I get to that stage, I can start making things a bit fancier and nicer. And I've always wanted to try putting those. People do these cool things with videos, and they will like shake the screen, or they will, if something loud happens, they'll make like a kaboom of it, and those things. But you cannot run before you actually learn how to walk. Yeah, so I first need to learn how to crawl, then I'll learn how to walk, and then I'll learn how to run. And yeah, take that as you will for the future of this channel. We will do things in slow motion probably. And I'll learn as I go, and that's the fun part. Here you go. I'm thinking about something else. What is the skill you would like to learn if you had a skill, if you wanted to learn something right now? What would that be? Drop me a comment down below. If you could learn any skill right now, what would that be? And how would you go? And if you want to, you can answer this too. How would you go about chasing it? You see, there's a little bit of mossy greens everywhere. We can say this roof has been through the works. It's seen a couple of years of action, and it probably needs like a WAP, compressed air, water thingamajiggy to clean it off. And our roof has got personality in this image. That's what I'm thinking. But I think the green is actually bringing it together pretty well. I don't want to do too much of it, just enough so it's. I'm going to go back in with the ochre now. Okay, we are almost to 25 minutes. Hey guys, we got a bit done. We might get this roof done in time today. There you go. I'm happy with the small increments of progress I have in these videos. It doesn't look like much, but every little bit makes a difference. Now that's making it off now. Just clean off. This thing was the best investment. For those of you guys who didn't see the previous video, the first video and the second video, I used this itsy bitsy tiny little brushy, but now it's gone in retirement. Its bigger brother has replaced it. And I think it works way better. There you go. That was my little side rant about the brush. That was a makeup brush I bought from a local 5 Rand, well, isn't 5 Rand stores anymore, people. China shop. We call them China shops in South Africa, because most of the products come from across the waters, and I bought that there. It wasn't like 30 Rand, so it wasn't too expensive. And for what I want to use it, it's working like a charm. God, this roof is actually looking pretty cool. I might need to go in. I'll go in with that darker color again in a second. Just see if I can get the gogo that's flying around again to just go away. It has been a plague this summer in the area we live. Little fruit flies that just don't want to leave us alone. They are everywhere. But Hopefully when it gets cold, they will disappear. Okay. So now I put this ochre again over that green, and now the green isn't that visible anymore. Hey, I think my cat has finally arrived. She'll just have to be patient for like a little bit longer. I just quickly want to finish up this project for today. You see, life is lifing. The cat needs attention. The Pepe wants attention. I think she's ready to come to bed. She's probably eaten her food now. Now she's like, but Mom, I want to comply in your bed. I want to sleep. She just has to give me like a couple of minutes. Let's see. This is pretty satisfying. Guys, I'm gonna open up for my cat quickly because she is going to keep scratching at my door. She might make a hole if I don't open up for her. I'm just gonna quickly open the door. Gonna drop the recording sign on her head. Oh, Papa. Hello. Hello, Grace. Okay, maar blijf binnen. Stay inside. Stay binnen. Okay, right. Okay. She's still like 30 seconds of our lives. Frida, she doesn't try and get into a cupboard now. We've taken in recently, there was a stray cat, but this is the most tame and nicest of stray cats I've probably seen in my life. It's like a ginger cat we brought in just over a month ago now. We were feeding it slowly and winning its trust. It's actually very tame. The cat was living in our yard for the last 3 years, and we were always under the impression that the baby belonged to the lady next door. But turns out she also has a ginger cat, but hers was in her house because my dad went to go check one day, and her cat was very happily lying on a bookshelf when my dad was there, and it was not the same cat. So we were very shocked to realize that this poor kitty has been hanging around for so long, and we're not even sure how long he hasn't had a home. But he is so well tempered and mannered, and he is so cute. The only time you hear him is when he's like really hungry and wants food. But he's always got like pellets in his bowl, and he eats a bunch. But our other lady in the house, Gracie, she's adapting. They get along fine. It's not like they are hissing at each other or anything like that. So I think that is a blessing. She does this weird thing. She doesn't want to walk around him. She jumps over him like a bunny. But it's just this weird thing she does. I'm sure she'll get over it. We had a dog who passed away like a month or so ago, and she used to do, when she was a kitten, she did that with him too. She walked like circles around him, and she just wasn't a fan of him in the beginning. So yeah, we're calling the ginger cat Chemi. Ginger cat, his name is Chemi. Let me just get my English correct. Chemi, the ginger cat. So yeah, in Afrikaans it's called Gemmerkat. So it's kind of a little bit on the nose, but yeah, well, it is what it is. He fits right in, so he's a calm little soul. I suspect he's a little bit on the older side. When he's properly settled and we don't want him to run away, get scared and run away, we'll probably take him to the vet, and then I can ask how old does the vet think he is. Yeah, we just want him to settle and know it's a safe space. My main mission was literally, when we figured out he doesn't have a home, was to get him in before the winter started. And it was slowly getting, like a month ago, it was like I was getting to a point, I'm like, was this cat ever gonna come in? And then just one night he came in and he sat in front of my mom's, she's got one of those, what is the word there? Afrikaans is kist. It's like a trousseau box, basically, like a trousseau chest. And he was sitting in, and that stands in our living room. And he was sitting in front of that the one night, and then he stayed there, and then he didn't go out again, because what he usually did is when we got home, then when I get home, he'll lie on top of my car, and then when my sister gets home later in the evening, he will lie on top of her car again, because the engine keeps the car warm. So he was lying on top of that. And then I think it got to a point where he also realized, I can actually go into the house and stay in the house, and these people are not going to chase me out. And then it started off with him sleeping in front of the chest in the living room, and then my dad put down a box for him, and then with a blanket in the box, and then he would sleep in the box. And then the one night he just decided, okay, now he's moving the box to the bedroom, in their bedroom. And now Kitty sleeps in the bedroom with them, and he's very happy with his life. He sleeps there, and the other cat, Gracie, sleeps with me. So yeah, the kitties are happy. So yeah, we got an extra cat this year. Yeah, just glad he's warm for the winter. That is the important thing. Okay. Oh, you guys probably, I don't know if you guys can hear the bell in the background, but she's washing and getting ready for bed. Just in time, because I am also getting tired. But I think this roof trim is going to be done in a second. And then we literally did roof trim for this video. Hey, but that's progress, guys. If you only have half an hour for roof trim, you only have half an hour for roof trim. And I am okay with that. I'm going to do this in the same colors. Let's see if I have, maybe that orange color can work here. In the previous video I used this orange gray, it's a 202 from the Kalour set. Let's see if I can sharpen it just a little bit, because the creases are a little bit small. What do you guys think? Are you guys liking the house so far? I think it looks pretty cool. There you go. Ooh. Pencil point breaking a little bit. I'm not going to faff too much with that little wood thing at the top there. That's the thing now with keeping all the pencils that I'm using in one container, because now I can reuse them on other spaces, on other places, and then it kind of, like Lindsay the Frugal Crafter put it the other day, if you reuse your colors in different places on your image, it kind of brings a cohesion to it, and then everything looks like it belongs. So I'm going to put these pencils, the 4 pencils from tonight, they will be going into the container as well, or the little Steri Stampy cup, coffee cup I have. And yeah, we'll see if we need them. I might be using this color again. I really like this orange sienna color. It's beautiful. It just works so well. There you go, guys, and I think that is it for the roof trim. We've got tiles on our roof, people. I am so happy about that. That makes me extremely glad. Right, guys, the pencils are going in the cup. The collection is growing officially. Woo! Knock the camera. There you go. You can see we've got a rainbow selection of colors going. It's coming across as very autumny, like wintry colors. I think the image is going in that direction, guys. You see, that's the thing now. When you do things bit by bit, you get time to think about what's happening. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you so very much for watching. There's gonna be some, let me just get us back into focus so you guys can see it. There's gonna be some YouTube thingies on the side of the screen. You guys can go subscribe and like and follow and do all those things. for the video, please. I would really appreciate it. You can also go and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm trying to put out more scheduled content on those platforms, from projects I do for YouTube and also those I do in my off time and chill time. I like to take photos of them and post those projects as well. But again, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I hope I will see you guys in part number 5, which is going to be after this video. Yeah, I hope to see you there. And leave me in the comments below on some of the questions. I also would really like to hear from you guys and some opinions on the matters I spoke about in this video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!